Warning, we're just having fun. If you take stuff too serious, this channel may not be for you, buddy. Bam, 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 bam. My life's a mess. Man, with the second channel action, guys. I just been leaving stuff here, leaving stuff there. We got our wheels back for the bent wheel bandit right there. Custom machine work going down. Everything's clearing. Those need a painting and a blasting. On the second channel last week, we made some of these Ford caps fit some big old 18-inch steelies. We're going to look at slapping on the Yeehaw. Just had a total brain fart. I was looking for my wheels. I was like, I know those were in here. I dropped them off with the guy to have the center board out of them as well. Also last week on the second channel, which brings us to today's video, we did a little Chevy Love rescue. So if you ain't seen that baby yet, go check it out. Puddins.fab shop too. You want to check out that second channel. Now, just like this cool t-shirt right here that's available at puddins.fab.shop.com. She's got that Puddins.fab shop blue patina. And like last week's video, our international there, we did a wheel it run on it. In fact, I ain't touched this thing in like 4 days. Little chatter right there, but yeah, she'll run. She runs pretty good. So if you ain't seen that, sorry, I just ruined it for you. But it's a good video, guys. It's definitely worth the watch. Now, we're not done with this. At the point of this one, I didn't have it quite purchased yet. Me and D&H finally come up on a deal, so I officially own that truck. So now from now we can look at moving forward with it. And that thing's a little bit of an oddball. So it ain't like you just call O'Reilly's and they got everything in stock, all right? So I've got parts coming for it, and we got to have a week to get us some parts. But old sweet patina, what do we got right here? What we got right here is a 1979 Chevrolet Love. It says it right there. It says it right there. I thought it said it back here, but I'm just lying to you at this point. Every time I see the LUV, all I can think of is lovey-dovey-dovey-dovey-doo. Something like that. You got to sing it, all right? You got to sing the love. I bought this because it was close. It's cheap. We get content out of it. It is a little rougher than I would want to build for myself. And last week after rescuing it, I got to thinking, what the heck am I going to do with this thing? I don't really need another budget-friendly mini truck. We've got a handful of them. That's fair to say. Now also, people want to know why I don't sell. Guys, the Oklahoma State Tax Commission, who deals with vehicles and dealerships and that kind of stuff, I know they watch my videos. I've had one of the guys, the state inspector, stop by to tell me he enjoys them. And that's why I can't. You've got to set up and be legit to sell in Oklahoma, or you're just going to cause yourself trouble. And I ain't trying to cause myself no trouble. But I know someone I'd love to have this truck. I started thinking about it the other day. Y'all know Slick, he comes over and helps us all the time, and me and him are doing some behind the scenes type stuff. And I've been trying to convince him to get in a little mini truck, a little old school one. As you see right there, a little old school one. I've been trying to hype him up on that to have him a little shop truck. He drove the Yeehaw after the car show, and he was saying how much fun he had driving that thing. It's like driving a little go-kart, which it is. And just the other day it clicked in my head, this truck's for Slick. So I gave this thing to Slick. We're gonna he already knows it ain't like some surprise. We ain't gonna show up with it and catch him off guard or something. I took the title from my hand right to his, so he owns it now. And we're not gonna do a full crazy build on the channel, but we are gonna see if this thing gets running and driving. Then we may give it a little makeover type stuff, because he wants it to be his little shop truck for his business, Oklahoma Speed and Custom. So maybe we drop it down on the right wheels and letter it up or something. It just really works out good for everyone. We get Slick in a cool little truck. What we need to find out, and what I want to find out for him, because he's excited about it, is if this thing will run. That way he can start planning what he wants to do to it. Last week we did the wheel it run with it outside, and I really enjoyed it being outside. We got good weather again this week, so I think we'll just try to get her unloaded right here, right next to our international. I know y'all like them dimple dye chairs. Everything gets speed holes. Speed holes? Speed holes. Speed holes. Oh, she come with an extra door. Don't worry about that. Better close our door here. And we better move that old canopy. All right, straight back will do her. Oh, someone was drinking the high life. Look at all this rusty blue patina. I'm living the high life. Them good years look like they've had a couple bad years. Guys, look at all them dirt daubers on that rear end. Holy cow. They were building layer on layer on layer on layer. I don't think I've ever seen them stacked 4 deep, maybe side by side, but not deep. Gonna get her unstrapped and then we'll go get that old tow roller. Oh, she's got the meanest tow game in Pot County, and hopefully she'll tug her right off there. We're gonna turn our wheel with flats. You never know which way it's gonna turn the truck as we start pulling, so we're gonna have to go slow. If it starts turning one way or another, it's never gonna end good for this. And I may have broke our tow strap. Don't worry, I got a ratchet strap. Yep. Oh, she'll go slow and steady, slow and steady. Uh-oh. I thought the tow roller may have finally had enough of my monkey business. Nothing was happening. I can't imagine why. Looks like old Rickety popped off there. She'll go. I forgot to see if she was in neutral. That was spinning, so if she ain't in neutral, she is in gear. I'd say our motor ain't locked up. That definitely looks like it's down in gear. Y'all see that? I knew she was gonna be feisty and try to keep going, so I just stood there and said, not today, you ain't going nowhere. You did good, baby. Boy, I hope we didn't scratch the paint on that tailgate though. That'd be a damn shame. 79 Chevy, meet the 59 International. Y'all are friends now, whether you like it or not. Yep, yep, yep. Well, we're lucky that thing stayed attached, aren't we? On the rescue video, I kind of showed the truck more in depth, but just real quick where y'all can see, well, you done seen the rust. She's in the rockers. The inside, she's got some custom floor pans going on. Seat's decent, door panel's decent, but we ain't gonna talk about the headliner or dash too much, or this door panel, all right? But hey, we like those. She was last tagged in 05, and she was a commercial vehicle. Some dental lab or something owned it, so she was hauling a lot of dentures in her day. Little rust here, definitely could use a washing, and overall, she's a decent little truck. More speed holes right there, but if someone wanted a truck they could just drive, throw parts in the back, make it kind of cool and not feel bad about using it as a work truck, there's a good little one right there. Underneath the hood, we didn't really look too close. I was saving that for this. She is a 1.8 liter, and I don't remember what the guy said was wrong with it. I thought he said generator, and this alternator right here looks fairly new compared to the rest of the engine. He said he couldn't fix it, so I don't know if it wasn't just charging. I don't know, guys. Our Durastart battery don't look super old. And I noticed down here that starter looks like she's been replaced before. See, we got some Napa upper and lower radiator hoses, a Napa belt on it. So she's had some maintenance in her life. Now, it looks like some squirrels. Why don't you get your caw-cawing butt out of here? Woohoo! Woohoo! Y'all see that? Scared them off with my owl noise. Yeah. Oh! Hush it up. Speaking of animals, underneath the hood, no rat's nest, which is good, so nothing's chewed up on. Oh my Lord, man, that bird's gonna go round and round. She looks fairly complete. Let's get a hold of her. Oh yeah, she spun. She spun. So we're gonna get her wire mesh off. We'll pull this. Just say we just get her out the way. There's our acorn storage. Whoop! We do have some leaves from the hood being open, but other than that, I think the leaf blower will do some good here. Yeah. Safety first. Oh, even if you put her on upside down. When I was blowing over here, we were sending dust flying. When I was blowing over here, we were sending rust flying. Just eagle-eyeing this right now, guys. That thing's gonna clean up good with the pressure washing, I guarantee it. She ain't covered in rat poo-poo though, so we ain't gonna pressure wash her quite yet. We're just gonna get straight into the seeing what this engine's about. We're gonna see if she's bout it. We moved our sucker tube and found our dipstick here, so let's have a little look. And she is dark, but she's there. Well, she ain't too shabby looking, y'all see it? Get these babies cleared out. Oh, didn't mean to touch it to my nose. She is stinky. They're stinky, and then they're stinky, and this stuff's stinky. Yeah, I think we'll change that since Slick's probably gonna actually drive this thing, assuming she's good anyhow. Now we are in Pot County, so we're gonna have some Pot County things like baling wire, wire holders. That's good stuff right there. And I couldn't help but notice we do got a custom vacuum plug up here. Y'all see that? Yep, there she is. Don't worry about that stuff. Let's get this pulled off. I see we got some bolts here. We got a bolt there. Hell, these little breathers always got bolts everywhere. And I lied to y'all, because this little area got so messy. We ain't doing diddly till we get her picked up. It's driving me crazy. We're gonna strip what we need from under here. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. Gonna kind of reorganize here. Chevy Love is a lot of metric. That's what it's called. Of course, that beautiful American iron right there is all standard, so a lot of this ain't gonna help us. We need to go get some more tools. Doing a little shopping here. I hope we don't need a damn head gasket in a can. Take us a new can of Looby Dooby. Don't forget that 10 mil. We'll grab all of our metric goodness here. I can't imagine why that little plastic tray's breaking. And if we can't fix it with what we got in our hand, hell with it. Send it to a scrap yard. We're gonna turn her down to baby spray mode. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Filter don't look terrible. She's pretty good. Definitely say the best one we've seen in a while. Right there's more Oklahoma things we just found. We got a bolt in here to, it looks like probably keep our choke from being able to close. Boy, what else has this thing attached? Holy crap. Bunch of vacuum hoses probably. Yep. I kind of like the color of that gray right there. Here's the man of the hour, old Slick. Of course, you know we got more dirt daubers on the inside. Just fire some more warning shots to them birds over there, you know. Let's see here. I think, yeah, that's her positive right there. I guess I could have just read the battery, dummy. Let's pull this thing out of there. Spinning.
Of course. Or not.
Or not. Hold on. Y'all know what I keep in that old pocket. Oh. I was gonna say she should snap. Perfect. Can't believe they're tight. They're never tight. That one cooperated. She's got the old cloth handle. No, she was wired in, but looks like our old wire job may have rusted away. Oh, she's sharp. Since we want this engine to be good, we are going to change the oil on it. Me and Slick, we got to run and get stuff from the parts house, but also we've got to pull all the wheels and tires off both these trucks where we can go have some old broke down tires dismounted. Now don't bend my bent wheels. Bend them back straight, would you? Whoa! Little fire ant central. I know how to take care of them. Like Major Payne said, if they're in there, they ain't happy.
How you got that?
Hey, these are reverse thread. Learn something new. Definitely comes off easier when you go the right direction. Hey, look at that dirt dauber stuck to the top of a tire. That's a new one.
That's rusty. It's not a big deal because that hubcap will cover it.
Got our wheels dropped off. I think we're going to start with a little oil change action. You ready to drive, Slick? She don't close? Oh, man. Better turn that baby to kill mode here. Looby Dooby never like disappoints. Oh. Gonna get us some concrete for our shop here. Little something to lay on anyhow. Oh, not the bumper. Not the good bumper. Really, this thing came with maybe a trans cooler if you had the automatic built into the radiator. Our lines over here are capped. See the line where the condenser used to go. Getting a little distracted. We're looking for a drain plug. Well, there's Big Bertha. Holy cow, what is that, a damn 22 millimeter? She don't discriminate. She's a one size fits all.
Got that Walmart torque on her?
Yeah. About to get that impact on her. That old Ugga Dugga machine if this don't work. Yeah, it's a 22. Oh, there she goes. She turned. There she can be finger tight. Watch. Yep. See if we get any water out of her or just oil. Just oil. Looks pretty good. Not too dark. Just stinky. Get her draining. Did you find the oil filter yet? Right here we've got our oil filter. She's also the Napa Special, I see. We'll just give her a little snugga-lugga. There we go. We want her to be good, so you know we're going with the quality wicks. Oh, y'all know I'm all weak can, man. I can't ever get them things. Guess who can, though? Yep, they ain't let me down yet. Luckily, this thing's easy to get to. We'll just let her drop. Hopefully we don't spill too much on our concrete floor. Slick's ready to go. I'm gonna prepare the new one. I ain't figured out how these little filters always hold so much oil, but they damn sure do. I almost made a rookie mistake. Don't forget to lube up that seal. Lubrication makes everything happier. Yep. Give her my meanest left hand. Yep. How many quarts you think she holds, Slick? All 5?
About 4.5.
I'm like a brand new man. I've been using funnels lately, 2 weeks in a row. She's thirsty, so we're gonna let her drink. Oh, look at the high pour, damn professional over there. I would already been covered the back of the valve cover if I tried that.
Don't speak too quick.
One good burp and she's gonna be everywhere. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh yeah. She about right?
Yeah.
She's definitely good enough to start cranking on. We'll knock no debris down in there, so we'll just clean her since we got a towel in our hand. That's all rubber. It's in pretty good shape still. So next I think we'll pull our spark plugs and shoot some looby-dooby down in there. So number 1 here, we want to mark it. It's coming right here. That says number 4. That's definitely going to number 1. This says 4. Will this cap turn 180 or no?
That's 4.
So it does turn. We can flip-flop the cap 180, so that don't mean the firing order is necessarily wrong. The cap could be flip-flopped, but what it means for me is I ain't gonna trust none of it at this point. We're just gonna pull all this crap off. So we might as well just, you know, figure it out for ourselves instead of guessing and assuming and miscalculating. Let's just pull these spark plugs and we'll figure out which one is number 1. Flick said that one didn't hardly have any torque on her, which this one wasn't really torqued either. She may have been a little rich running. Funny enough, it kind of smells like our oil, so we probably got bad gas down in that oil too. Right, here's how you do a wheel it run. You just make Slick show up and do the work. Let's have a look at lucky number 4 here.
Same deal.
Yeah, they pretty well all look the same. I bet they'll clean up all right. At least good enough to try to get her running. We probably should have sprayed them before we left earlier so they could have some soak time, but that's all right. A little bit's better than nothing anyhow. Try to look at our starter over here. I can see our wires. There's that one right there. We could probably actually reach that with our clip. Well, we probably don't have to. Pretty sure that's it right here. Trying to keep our custom retaining clip out the way. And these things here are just a quick quick wire job and they'll be in tip-top shape, ready to go again. Oh yeah, she wants to be good again. Just ask her. I cleaned up all right. Now how are we going to tighten that up, you ask? If it'll roll down a window, it'll damn sure hold a positive terminal. Our ground here, it'll snug up pretty tight anyhow. And I'm fairly certain it's that there. We may want to scratch on that because she's a little corroded. Of course, our other end, you just take it to the positive here. We got plenty of options for hooking up there. So as long as we guessed our wire right, when we hit this, you should spin. I wouldn't stand there unless you want some PB on you.
Very, very true.
Going live. Oh, she's in gear.
Oh, I get it.
She tried to spin. Someone was in there shifting, weren't they?
Yeah.
This time out of gear. Going live. Uh-oh. We pissed it off. Get our little jumper wire here. Uh-oh. Everything was going good until it wasn't. Just kind of wiggled on it and it pulled off of there. But I can get that alligator clip on there, no problem. And we still got nothing. She's still tight. That's all right. That's probably not the best. Hey-o! Maybe our old wobbly ground right here. I'm gonna pull her off there. Give her a little snip, snip, snip. Out with the old. Whoop. We're lucky we didn't just knock the glass out the wall hanger. Don't throw nothing in the back unless it's a paper towel. What do you mean you gotta have a good ground? That copper is actually good looking. A lot of times you'll see it plumb nasty up in there. Just never hit a bump and you'll be okay. Perfect. And snug. Yep, that'll keep her insulated. Going live. There we go. That little baby's doing the boot scoop boogie. He was cranking, getting after it. You can definitely smell the PB blast in the air. I'm gonna compression test it since we're here. I always like to figure out what the compression is. Go right down into number 1. Slick's gonna hold her wide open for us. Go ahead. $1.80, guys. She's gonna be a little ripper. Get our premium notepad here. How many miles?
179.
Woo! She may have 179,000 miles, but she's got compression like she's brand new. Starting with a strong $1.80. Shit, you may have a little ripper.
Wrong good. I'd have a Datsun versus a love race.
I'll whip that ass. You're gonna need more than good compression.
Ready?
Go ahead. She was kind of jumping, almost sticky for a second. She got up to $1.50. I ain't mad at that. Go ahead. $1.55. Go ahead, Slick. About a good $1.70. Cylinders 2 and 3 will get you across town. Cylinders 1 and 4 will win that damn drag race, baby. Those are numbers we're definitely not mad at seeing. Now, there is some looby-dooby down in there, so it may be helping create a little extra compression, but that's still, I mean, little help or not, that's good. Next, we're going to figure out which one, the hell. We're going to use number 1 and figure out where our cap and spark and all that good stuff should be, is what I'm trying to say here. Oh, we're right there on it. We're going to finger plug it and bump it over. We're hitting compression right there. You can see the piston over here. We've got good timing marks. I see a white mark down on our crank pulley. So when this was clicked on here before, number 1 went to this cap that said number 4, but it is pointing where it should be, so that was right. So if you put that on there like that with 1 facing there, it all lines up. So now that we know that, let's pop this off here. Yep, we can clean her up too. She's a little corroded. Got our little cover, and there's just some points, and to say they're corroded a little bit's being nice. Those things look a little worn out. Oh yeah, we're gonna get our old fingerboard. Things are a little difficult to get to down in there. They are up on that lobe though, and there is a gap in there, so that's good. And this thing's just plumb falling apart. That's all right. All it is 120 grit. We'll fold her on herself. I'm gonna bump it over to close that. That's better. Now we can work that little piece in there. See all that mess on there? Next, I'm gonna hit it with the Morsky Flick. That Morsky Flick just lets them know you're not scared of violence, so it makes them want to act right. And even though they're worn funny, they did look like they cleaned up some. Gonna rob our jumper wire back. And we're just gonna jumper wire the coil here. Pop us our coil wire back on. I don't know if that camera picked it up. It is sparking. Super weak spark. We can definitely do better than that. Kind of doubled up our paper again. We're gonna do a little more cleaning. Short strokes is key here, or you pull your paper out. Yep, them points still ain't doing it. We do got a couple connections here we can try though, just in case. Oh, oh, oh. I was getting a little bit of sparkage between our points. So with her sparking, we're gonna go back with her little cover, and she's gonna get the wire wheel restoration. She shined up a little bit. Slide that back on. She's corroded. I guess we could use that if we really wanted to, but we might as well throw the new one on. She's in slightly better shape anyhow. She looks too fancy to be underneath this hood. Pop her on. We got number 1 right there.
Give these all the wire job.
Yeah, we better wire wheel and brake clean them. She is the NGKR. She's got V power. Just like she came from the factory. We don't half-ass it, guys, so once you hit it with the wire wheel, then you brake clean it. Gotta get that porcelain shine back up. And lastly, we're gonna check our gap. This says we should be at 30 thousandths.
More.
Yeah, slightly.
10.
Just 10 thousandths over, no big deal.
Flatten them out.
So we'll smash her down and open her back up at 30 thousandths. This baby was gapped out like she had electronic ignition. With that big spark plug gap and them points being worn out the way they are, not wanting to give us good spark, that could cause it to run bad too. These little trucks like them little baby gaps though. It should be GUD, good to go. Better snug them down with a $180 compression. You may blow one right out the side.
That's Ford problems.
Don't start Ford jokes on this channel. Good Lord, you'll have the comment section in an uproar again. What in the world?
Oh, long-winded.
Got all the threads. Good to go. Now our firing order should be 1, 3, 4, 2. We know number 1 is, and it should be counterclockwise. You can look at our vacuum advanced, or you can pop that off right there, and you can see her go counterclockwise. Slick handed us number 4, so there's 1, 3, 4. Right here's number 3, so 1, 3. This one here is number 2, which those wires popped on there good. And then lastly, number 1. Of course, you gotta pop that coil wire back on. She cranks over, she's got compression, we got spark. So once we get a little fuel in her, and I'm breathing air, we got air. I think she's ready to bust off, guys. And actually, before we try to bust her off, oh. Being a little stubborn. We don't want no fuel getting picked up there, so I'm just gonna disconnect both of them, like that right there. Maybe I'm not. Got us some more of our 93 octane chainsaw mix. Let's see if she wants to sing a song. Leaky vacuum lines everywhere, don't worry about that. A little fuel down in her. Oh yeah! You dang right. She sounds pretty smooth.
Yeah.
You think, buddy? Think she'll make a shop truck yet?
Yeah, I think so.
So on the front of our carburetor, there should be a little sight glass. It's plumb covered in dirt. A little accelerator pump boot looks real good right there, don't it? Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see if we can put some fuel down in this carburetor and get her to bust off like that. See if she turns into Backfire Betty.
Damn right. Dude, let's drop it.
I'm gonna let Slick hop in it and take it home. Sounds good, guys. I mean, the motor is nice and quiet. It really sounds good. Here's a little smoke from a little bit of our PB blast, probably. So damn, knock on wood, we may have a good carburetor right there, because that thing sounded fine.
Took a quarter jug.
Slick topped her off there, and we're gonna top off the old bowl again, just cause.
Big vacuum leak right there.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Hey, speaking of cooking, I left the battery hooked up and she didn't burn down, so that's good. We ended yesterday with the running, but that thing had vacuum leaks everywhere, so I got us some vacuum caps right there. Now the good thing is, she's got plenty of vacuum. Now she's running pretty good off that old stuff, but the stuff to tune her on up came in. So why don't we give her a little tune-up action, and then we'll see if we can fix our vacuum leaks. As y'all noticed yesterday, I'm a good friend, so I let Slick do all them by hand, even though this was sitting right over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speaking of burning down, guess who left the coil hooked up all night? That's always good. Yeah, don't worry about her, she'll be all right. We're gonna replace our points down in here. I need to bump her over, but it's fair to assume someone may have killed the battery. There we go. I'll bump that around till we got our points opened up there. Loosen our stud up here, that way we can get our wire off. Yep. Pull the old ones out. Now that we got them out, maybe y'all can see, look, half that contact is missing on that side. And look how that side's worn down. If you look at our new ones there, you can see what they're supposed to look like. I want a little torque on that bottom one, but enough where we can still slide this. Got my filler gauge right here. This one's a 18 thousandths. We're gonna snug her just a hair. I lost our nut for that stud right there, but I looked down here right on top of this cross member. Look what the old eagle eye spotted. Boy, we got lucky there. Now our coil here, if you look inside there, you see all that dirt and debris. If you get enough of that crap built up, your spark will actually come out from underneath the boot and go to the rest of this dirt. It'll find the ground through that stuff. Say yeah right if you want, but I've had stuff hooked up perfectly on the engine before and I can't get spark out to the plugs, and I was watching it come. I synced it with my own 2 eyes, come out from underneath that boot, going to dirt for ground. Oh, that did not like going on there. Someone's releasing the magic smoke here. I actually don't think it's our coil, I just think it's our resistor. So if we jump that to that side, the fuel pump came on, and we're getting fuel. We probably don't want to test spark now that we shot fuel everywhere, but it'll be okay. That does give us hope that maybe she's got a decent tank on her we can just clean. I found her. The one hose is kinked pretty dang bad, and it looks like we got the zip tie to the twist nut with the electrical tape insulation special right here. There we go, she's ready for quick release. That thing was over here, but it sounded like it was over there. Kind of looking at our vacuum mess. This goes down to like the oil pan or something, so I think it's just a vent. Looks like this one probably vents the gas tank, and that would probably go to our air breather. But all these other ones, that's just a mess right now. I'm just going to pull those vacuum hoses off and we're going to plug them. Except for this one right here, that goes down to our distributor. Gotta have that damned old vacuum advance. I guess you ain't gotta have it, but your engine would probably appreciate it anyhow. So we got them. Of course, they all connect to this. She was cracked, probably leaking. We're gonna do it like this just to see if we can get her running and driving, and then if old Slick wants to slap all that stuff back on, he can have it. Wiggle worm us a cap down in there. This one here's cracked out pretty good. Replace it real quick. Oh, our line that goes down to our distributor, we're gonna shorten it up. She's still got life in her. It's always just good to trim up them ends. Quick scrub with some PB Blast, shines her right back up. Much tighter fit. We're gonna fill this bowl back up. Here we go. She ain't got no spark. Nope, she sure don't. This is a new one for me, guys. Every time I put this cover back on, I'm losing my spark. No spark. We got spark. This side provides our ground, and then it goes through this wire out through here to our distributor. So maybe that is touching our cover. If it does that, it's going to give it a constant ground. It's never going to break the ground, so it's never going to cause a spark out of that coil. So if we bend that over like that, let's try again. Pretty happy with that, guys. Something don't smell good. That exhaust getting warmed up. Cooling system. Yesterday, Slick did top that off right before he left, and it only took, you know, maybe a quarter of a gallon. I think we need to try to get some fuel up to her. Our fuel pump's down here. What was coming through the lines didn't look too bad. It was just old gas, but it was just gas. It could have been chunky and, you know, flakes and all kinds of stuff. No, it was just straight gas coming out. The hard lines don't look all rusted or nothing. Going up. About to have to run and get our wheels and take my daughter to the orthodontist. I've about got our jack stands just plumb used up everywhere. And I don't much feel like getting squashed by a Chevy Love. So we'll have to go get some more jack stands. I do see our fuel filter looks like it was leaking. Maybe we'll get lucky and all this will come apart. You know, I like my stillies to match my socks. Oh, how fancy. Don't worry about that. Luckily I had a jack stand underneath there. I just like the durability. Check that rocker. She's pretty durable. These feet do have pads. We ain't had no rain in 3 years, so the old ground's pretty hard. Safety check. I'd say she's pretty good. I did pop her top hose, or hose is. So let's see if we can get her bolts or not. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got enough damn hose connections for 3 tanks. And she's got a nice insulation layer on top. Just made that old sand. Just finished dumping that in there, and as we got to the last little bit there, yeah, there's some crap in there. Cleaned this thing up the best I could. Now I don't know if y'all can see down in there. She's pretty rusty, and I cleaned on her a little bit, but I'm not gonna spend a damn day or two trying to clean an old rusty tank, guys. That gas tank's about as worthless as that custom leaf spring right there. You win some, you lose some. We're gonna take this, we're gonna mark this one as a L, because I don't want to start sucking nasty crap up to our carburetor. It's running good. Well, let's look at rigging us up a fuel system just under the hood here for now. Just get that old tank mounted right there. Who needs a good gas tank when you got that? Next, we're gonna slap our old needle and seat back on. Rob this off our fuel hoses in there, and we're gonna clean her out and slap her back on. Start figuring us out some fuel hoses here. Right back here we got the old hidey hole of fuel supplies. Windshield squirter? Oh no, you mean fuel pump mount. Better tighten her down. That's our supply. And we'll lock us down a return. If one rusty screw will mount it, another rusty screw will ground it. Or it won't, we'll see. Then we need to extend this just a hair. Just be sure to twist her tight and tape her right. We'll just add that into our old alligator clip there. Oh, she's chugging. Let's slap a little fuel in her. How much we got there? About half a gallon. That should be good for about probably 39 miles out of this rig. Let's see if she wants to play nice. Nope, no she don't. She's spraying out from underneath her banjo fitting. She don't want to even try for me. I think I may have the float level happy. Today was just one of them days where you think you're gonna whoop it, and it whoops you. Guess who wants to run this morning? What the hell? Well, she stayed running long enough to get warmed up. As you could maybe tell, when I'm spraying underneath that carburetor, she's idling up pretty good. I think we got a pretty decent vacuum leak underneath there. Now, as far as yesterday, guys, I had a not my brightest moment. You know, I just spent a good couple hours trying to set our float level as I had our sight glass here upside down, so it's favoring the bottom. And you're talking about riding a fine line because you ain't hardly letting any fuel in there. I couldn't get it to run for diddly yesterday, guys. I mean, wasted hours. I thought by now we'd already drove this thing around, but here we are, and it looks like we need to pop that carburetor off there. Oh, well, that old throttle cable was ornery. We need to replace that gasket, and we'll clean her up for Slick. He's gonna daily drive this thing, guys. That ain't me asking, Slick, that's me telling. You better be daily driving this rust bucket. He's been sending me all kinds of Chevy love stuff, so I know he's excited. Now, getting these two outside ones weren't bad. Them inside ones, that's gonna be a different story. Getting that one up there wasn't too bad. And back here, I took our little solenoid that bumps her up when the AC's on. You get her out the way, and this rear one ain't too bad neither. Oh, got like a little riser gasket on here of some sort. Yep, we're in trouble now. Because all the King's horses and all the King's men could not put that little base plate back together again. This has a little lip on it, so does that press down into that? So I was supposed to take that out and then that plate off? Probably so. I don't know what you're supposed to do here, because look, that gasket underneath that thing is smoked. That's probably where we were leaking on this side. Now with your old base plate removed, you want to simply clean your mess and then reinstall with new gaskets. I guarantee y'all that's where she was leaking. I dang darn guarantee it. Yeah, it may work. These are the carburetors from our little box trucks, our little 2-3 Couriers. I don't know the carburetors are the same, but I know they're similar. It looks like there's some type of spacer in between here, and I'm hoping we can rob it. All these trucks came from Japan. Heaven forbid they just put the same carburetor on all of them. Oh no, this one gets that model gets this model. Let's just make it a pain in the rear. Now she ain't got the holes, but her bolt pattern's the same. I think it's safe to say we'll try it anyhow. Now I don't have the best luck with rebuilding these things, and I was hoping I wasn't gonna, but we've got the thing off. I've got a rebuild kit, so we're gonna try anyhow. All the bolts on the base of this thing were pretty, not like loose, but they didn't have torque. And I'm fairly certain we were leaking around there too. I'm only gonna pull apart what I absolutely have to. So we'll come over here to our spray pad, and first I'm gonna use a degreaser because this don't evaporate. We're just gonna soak that good and let it set. I like to take plenty of pictures as we go. So there's our primary. Our vacuum secondaries, they're a little rusted closed. Got the body of her ready for a soaking and a cleaning. Just shot a damn mushroom cloud. We got her knocked open anyhow. Now we're just gonna have to sit here and work it back and forth. There it goes. Really freed up just then. Hey, that's what we like to see right there. Two jets in there were both clogged up just a hair. They'd let a little through, but not what they should be. And then this one right here was clogged up solid. We're going for a function rebuild. We want this thing to function. I don't care if it's pretty. I'm gonna slap it back together. Guys, I still get intimidated by these little carburetors. They're a pain in the rear. I feel like this one went pretty good, so hopefully she'll perform good. So far, not very good. How many times have I put the carburetor on and off there, you ask? I don't know, about 17. I've tried every gasket combination possible, and I ain't got her to seal up yet. After that custom machine job right there, she'll probably never seal again. She's still vacuum leaking. I'm whooped on and defeated, guys. Started raining, so I had to move that. Then I had to haul Bud out to our other place because my sister's stuff is sitting outside. And none of that has anything to do with our old carburetor situation here. I don't even know how many times I've taken that on and off there. I don't think the base plate's leaking. I've done made up my mind that something on the damn carburetor's leaking. I don't know, guys. I only know a few things. One, I'm done messing with this. I'm just simply out of time. We got family coming up from Texas this weekend, and I wasted a whole day trying to get this thing happy, and it ain't happy. Two, I know this thing was never actually right. The fact it had a bolt in there holding the choke open, there's jets clogged up and everything. I cannot believe it was running as good as it was running when we first busted it off.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yeah.
You dang right. She sounds pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I thought we had a good carburetor, and yeah, here we are. And then three, anyone who knows these, they know they're problematic, guys. And this is for Slick. I want him to be able to drive it. I think we could stay on that if we really, really wanted to, just because we're so prideful. But at the same time, we'd be doing Slick a real solid by slapping him a Weber on this baby. And hearing how good the motor sounds, seeing our compression numbers, and knowing we've got a good little engine here, it makes it easier to squeeze the trigger and get a Weber carburetor coming for it. So, surprise, Slick, you're getting a Weber. Maybe then she'll run, then we'll see if she'll drive. Hey, with them dancing wheels slapped on there, she ain't a bad looking rig. Some torque lug nuts and pressure washing, and she'd be ready to take up and down the road for a Coca-Cola. I planned on having it driving this week, and yeah, you know what, guys, sometimes crap just don't go how you want it to go, okay? I promise I did not want to waste 2 days on fuel system on this thing and make zero progress. But hey, that's where we are. We'll get her running. Maybe we'll get her stopping. We'll get her, what in the clutch? This SOB got a cable on it for the clutch? Boy, howdy, she sure does. You learn something new every day. So, that's it, guys. I'm sorry to leave you hanging like this. I did my best on it. I tried my damn shop's falling apart. Told y'all this wall was dropping. My crane's hitting the wall now. Y'all thought I was playing. Hell, I ain't playing. That top block's about to fall out of there. Got a little distracted there. I tried my best on it, guys. We'll be back on it. I'm glad Slick's excited about this truck. I'm glad he's getting it, and we can still keep doing some stuff to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm on the Instagrammer, on the Patreon. Y'all know we got that good quality merchandise only at the www.puddins.fab.shop.com. Right now, my favorite shirt, I've been rocking the fire out of mine. It's Puddins Fab Shop logo, and she's full patinaed out, Puddins Fab Shop blue. And I just can't figure out why that blue patina logo is my favorite shirt right now. That's it, guys. Check out the second channel if you ain't seen it. Dropped 2 videos last week, two the week before that. It's good stuff. You're missing out if you ain't seen it yet. And I will catch you guys next time. But do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Unless your project is to go do a little research, all right? Gotta research and figure out which Weber swap kit we need, and then we'll finish this project. Looks like a bird shit some berry juice on us.